Hello everyone who wants to get up early in the morning to do video games, woohoo! I am BorderWise and welcome back, or welcome for the first time, to From the Depths. We're going to go over basic campaign stuff right now. This is very loud, please stop, thank you. But, I did a video the other day which is 5, I believe it was, what was it? It was 5 tips for new players for playing the campaign in From the Depths. Do go check that out if you haven't done that already. But today we're going to be a little bit more in-depth with getting started with the From the Depths campaign and working your way up to conquering the whole damn world. So, to start off with, the best way to learn the campaign is to play it. So, feel free to just dive in, and you are not going to beat the campaign on the first try. If you've just bought the game, if you've barely got a dozen hours of play-in, you're not going to do it. Or at least, you might not. Feel free to surprise me and prove me wrong. I would actually love that. So, you've got a whole bunch of campaign options here, with the Neater, the main world From the Depths. You have the Quest for Neater, the big one, and then you have mini-campaigns. So, if you are struggling with the Quest for Neater, practicing in these campaigns is a very good idea. I have in fact been doing that recently in order to test the fleet I'm currently constructing, so that can work very well. This is much shorter, that's more compact, more manageable, but jumping straight in is not a bad idea whatsoever. And as this thing says, do the in-game tutorials first, but once you've done them, you don't need to spend thousands of hours on the designer. Have a go, fail, learn from the failure, and in particular, having a go at the campaign will give you objectives to build towards. So I firmly encourage people, jump in the deep end, see how you go. So, I'm going to launch a new campaign right now, and we'll go over, step by step, the kind of things you need to do a campaign in From the Depths and the things to keep in mind. So let's go. So launch, and you have your difficulty presets right here. And for Neater in particular, these options determine where you start on the map. So if I go easy, there's the you start in the southwest corner of the map. You are going to be bordering the Deepwater Guard and Onyx Watch, which are the easier factions in this game. If you go on medium, you're going to be bordering the Lightning Hoods and White Flayers. You go on hard, you're going to be bordering the Twin Guard and Steel Striders, and if you go on very hard, you'll be bordering the Grey Talons and the Scarlet Dawn, the hardest factions from the depths. So we're going to go medium, just for giggles, and we're going to just start. So yeah, the lore fluff here tells you that you're going to be starting. So yep, right. So you Twin Guard, Steel Striders, and yeah, actually very hard. Never mind. You start right in the middle of the map. And everyone hates you. It's fun. Alright, so let's begin. So immediately, here we are. We're here in the campaign, and this is where we start on medium difficulty. We've got... where are we? We've got the White Flayers to the north. We've got the Lightning Hoods to the south. This is a tricky bricky to deal with. But, if we slow down the game a little bit so I have time to talk... You can do that, by the way. So, we're not going to go over, like, in exhaustive detail all the options here. But, yeah, so there's all kinds of options here to set things. Generally, the tooltips will not lead you astray. But we're going to get into logistics, first of all. So, the first kind of craft you need for a campaign, and this is the thing that doesn't really get shown off a lot, like... on the Steam Workshop or on the trailers for the game or whatever, logistics craft. So, click here, you'll see that your starting fortress is a creator, so that gathers resources and automatically supplies cargo craft, which automatically supply users. So, users are your combat vehicles, cargo craft is your cargo craft, creators are your creators, and generally users are things that are like this. You want maximum materials and energy as much as possible, and for cargo, you want cargo and creators. You want them to hold on to just enough so they can move and function, and then they give everything over there. And if you really want to be cute, where are we? There's supply groups here. So if you have a creator, normally this gives resources to cargo craft here. But if you set the cargo craft to a higher supply chain index, creators will give their stuff to that cargo craft if they are lower on the supply chain index. So that is very useful for actually getting your materials to where they're supposed to be. I like to set up little trade routes so you can actually, you don't have to do that. You can have a chain of boxes running across the whole map that's automatically and instantaneously transfer resources across the whole map. I don't do that because it makes the map look messy, but that is the fastest way of getting resources across the map. But first thing we're going to need is a logistics craft. And so when you start out the campaign, often you have a little starting boat. You're going to want to, well, unless you're brand new to the game, you're going to want to kill this for resources. It's very handy. And we're very... wow, I don't usually demolish things in slow motion. That's pretty cool. So, how do you get vehicles in here? So, there's a number of ways. You'll see there's a build menu right here, which I literally never use because it's actually easier just to load in designs immediately. So, we're going to go into my 2025 Godly Needer folder here, which is my most recent things, and I'm going to spawn in the tool. Now, logistics craft is 3 different things. It is resource gatherers, it is cargo craft and surveillance craft, and the tool is actually all 3 in one. You don't have to do that, but in this particular case, I've made life easy for myself. So, we go back here, let's see, are you repairing anything? No, you're not. Right, so I think the starting fortress does not, in fact, have... Yep, no, so that little heart you see right there, which you can also see on the map... Let's see, does it show? Yes, so those little hearts mean that your... anything with repair tentacles on it is repairing what needs to be built right there. So this thing is building slowly but surely, and you are going, when you play the campaign in From the Depths, you are going to be speeding up time a lot in between fights because it does take a hot second. So if you're wondering where the repair tentacle is in this huge ass build menu, it's over here or here. So, they're expensive, but they allow one vehicle to repair another, as opposed to repair bots, which just repair the vehicle they're sitting on. So, we're going to speed up time a little bit here. We're going to see here how you're doing. Also, commodities. That's probably a handy thing to note. You can gift commodities like so. Commodities are kind of a decentralized resource. So, you have your materials, which actually have to sit in containers. And then you have commodities, which is kind of a global resource, and you can convert materials into commodities using refineries. I basically never do this because you do kind of, like, lose efficiency. And also you need constructs with over 1 million materials in storage, so I generally never bother with this. I like, as of right now, I just remembered that this is in the game at all. And you really only need this once you are flush with resources quite late in the game. Until then, you're better off just using your cargo craft to ferry things around. So, we are going to gift our starting fortress here. Oh yeah, by the way, if you're wondering why my game looks like this, I have the render distance mod. Link in the description. Very nice. It's very nice indeed. So, to gift some resources, you can just go over here. Where am I? Rambot is in the ocean. So what you can do is you can hit F5 to give commodities, like if your avatar is near whatever vehicle you're on, or you can go here and you can gift commodities. So I'm going to gift 10k commodities to the starting fortress. You see it has about 18,000 materials and storage. Now it is 28,000, and we're going to be building our tool support vehicle very quickly. So let's speed up time a little bit more. Build, 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 build. We could make this a lot faster, but we don't have to. Righty-ho, righty-ho. And the great thing about the tool is that, well, the great thing about anything really is that as it gets built, it will just, oh, there you go. There we go. We're starting to see more of the map. So this is why surveillance is important. So you can actually see what's coming at you. Never leave home without it. Alright, so we're going to get the tool up to the altitude that it's supposed to be. And woo! Look at us! Alright, so the lacerator is over there, so that you can see the white flares are already kind of moving around. And we can actually see the white flares HQ over there. So that is a problem for us. But let me show you the tool. So this is an example of the tool. So, ticking the boxes here, what do we got? So, the first thing you need with logistics vehicles is that they need to be cheap. Because you don't want to, like, have an overly expensive resource vehicle for no reason. This is about as expensive as you ever want support vehicles to get, I would say. About just over close to 26,000 materials. Honestly, that's a bit much, but that's because this thing is doing 3 jobs at the same time. So, cheap, versatile... Wait, no. Reading the wrong thing on the notes. So, this thing gathers resources. You can see the laser beams coming down off it. That is from material gatherers over here. And they gather 6 material per second within a resource zone with available material. You'll notice also we're in space. That is useful. It is, having your support vehicles be spacecraft is very handy because it is a cheap way of making them move very fast without burning resources because this thing runs off RTGs, baby! So RTGs are mostly useful for logistics vehicles because they generate electricity or energy for free, which means that you can run things off electric batteries, and it is super, super handy. They are not worth it for combat craft generally because they don't give enough power and they're very expensive, but for something like this they are ideal. Also good in adventure mode, shout out to adventure mode people. Okay, and cargo. You'll notice that this thing carries about just under 80,000 materials, which is not as cargo heavy. It's a long way off from the 1 million material storage required for refineries, for instance, but that's enough. That is enough to ferry stuff around, and the great thing about making a cheap vehicle is that you can make entire fleets of them. And you can stack them, and then they can carry a lot of materials and ferry them all over the place. As for the surveillance thing, I've actually decoed this, so I am just going to remove all the decoration off this. You can do that, Shift-E, remove decorations, and that's the satellite antenna. So, that's this block here. In the AI section, you have the strategic antenna, and you have the dish piece, and allows observation of enemy fleet movements on the map and removes the fog more, place high up, connect dish segments onto the base of this antenna to increase the signal strength. So, this is why we're able to see so far on the map. This is very important for, like, anticipating what's coming up. If you can see what your enemies are doing, you can respond to them, and that is very, very helpful. So, the reason that we can see so far, even though we've got 4 dishes here, which is like rather simple, they're on spin blocks, that's a little bit cheaty. It means that it has no drag on them. There is drag in space. Funny story. But yeah, so this thing is like 2,000 meters up in the air. In space, from the depths, is very lenient with how high up space is. So yeah, it can see really far, and you don't have to do something as elaborate as this. You could literally just duct tape balloons onto a satellite dish, send it up, and it's super cheap. In fact, I could build one right now, just to show that off. So let me show you how to do that. So let's see here, we're just going to go here, and we're going to go peeper, strategic antenna. And here, we're just going to have, what are we going to have? We're going to have, I don't know, we're going to have an AI, and we're going to go to air, and we're going to duct tape a balloon there, and resting balloon is 1. And that's probably all we need, honestly. And that will survey stuff. Not as well as our space friend up there, but that's literally all you really need. Actually, we can show off how much this does. We'll just let that thing get to max height. So let's go to the tool and
moving up.
Move you down. And our balloon should still be able to see quite far. In fact, especially if I duct tape more balloons to it. Is there an apply to all? Control C, Control V, Control V, Control V. Hooray! So we've got our silly balloon right there. And we can still see decently far, and that cost us nothing. How much is this? This is basically nothing. This is 800 materials. This is stupidly cheap. Stupidly cheap, and even though it has no power or engines, we pull this out of play, it will still be able to move, albeit very slowly, but it also doesn't matter if this gets blown up. This thing is on the edge of space right now. We're actually seeing very far. Look at that. Look at that! Wasn't that easy? Alright, so now I'm going to destroy that. I'm going to have the tool do its job. Whee! And I'm going to scrap this thing, because I don't like it. Actually, I do like it. I like it a lot. Alright, so we've got our logistics craft. We're going to go into moving cargo around in a hot second, hopefully. But you do need stuff that can fight. So you need a starter vehicle, a starter combat craft. In particular, it helps to have certain attributes for it. One, it needs to be cheap, depending on which campaign you're actually doing. Some campaigns are harder than others. You need it to be cheap, so between 20 to 60,000 materials. It needs to be versatile. It should be able to at least damage most things, even if it doesn't, like, beat them straight on. And it does need to be fast, so that's the most important thing. And just generally, having your vehicles be fast is a good idea, because speed is one of the most effective active defenses you can possibly have. So, we've got our little Ailstorm Gremlin, named after the band Ailstorm, because we have a theme here. And it's a gremlin because it's a delightful little gremlin. Now, we're going to speed up time, and we're going to let our friend here get... hold on, I'm going to gift you all my materials. So the Ailstorm Gremlin is being built. Build. How fast is this thing building? So the tool is harvesting materials like so. It is harvesting about 5,000 materials per minute. And starting fortress is harvesting about half of that, so our Ailstorm Gremlin is complete. Perfect. So, let us spawn this guy in. So, this is not exactly... This doesn't have to be your ideal starting thing, but it's very simple, it is small, it has high velocity, fast-firing advanced cannons on it, and it is quite evasive, and this thing can punch above its weight, which is one of the most important things. Also, it has a little face on it, and that's important. So, once you have your starting combat craft and you're confident they can take on at least the starting enemies you're going to fight, and you will know which enemies you'll fight first, because playing the campaign is how you learn what the AI is most likely to throw at you. So we're going to go capture some tiles now. We can't capture that, but we can capture this. And how much materials do we have? We're actually going to build another Ailstorm Gremlin, because that's all we can really afford right now anyway. So there's a fun trick if you don't want to constantly zoom in and load things. And again, I never use this personally. Some people do. I don't. It's too finicky. But you can duplicate blueprints. So if you duplicate this, and then you split it into a new fleet. Fleets are a thing as well. This is a dead blueprint, but it moves at 500 meters per second. It moves, like, literally as fast as, like, anything can possibly move. So we're here. We're going to get that to about there, and we're going to repair it. And then it will be repaired, and we will hopefully be able to show off like some combat really soon. So, here, right here, we're capturing a tile. So you see it says capture here. You need to capture tiles because you can only build or repair your craft in or next to a friendly tile. So if you have allies, because, by the way, diplomacy, you can have allies in this game. Allied factions, you can build or repair in their tiles. They can get annoyed at you, and nature is finicky. The relationships are quite all over the place. So, by the way, I should also mention your objectives here. So, achieve diplomatic victory. Should there be no more factions hostile to each other than those that remain are considered your allies, consider needed to be at peace and you need to accomplish. So that's one condition. Achieve peace between all surviving nations in a relation of at least 75 between you and them. Right, so we're not friendly enough with any of them. Or you could destroy all factions, and let's see here, what else can we do? I think there is a losing condition somewhere here, in that if your starting fortress gets destroyed, you will just straight up lose. I believe. It doesn't actually say that here, but I believe that is what happens. So, world economy, it explains how many materials are in the world. There's a lot of materials in the world, 100 million at the moment, and it won't get more than that. So, controlling resources, very handy. So we're going to speed up time a little bit in order to get ourselves a-rolling, and we're going to be very naughty. And actually, we could... Here's the thing. At the council, you have to choose who you pick a fight with and who you are friendly with. But you can be naughty. You can make factions declare war on you if you get near their resource zones. And I think I'm going to do that just because, I don't know, I'm a naughty boy. So I'm going to save my game here. So, save scumming is legal. So, what am I going to do? I'm going to go here, conquer, meter, tutorial. There we go. Beautiful. Alrighty. Also, note the cool music. From the Depths actually has a pretty good soundtrack. So we're here, and I'm going to go pick a fight, because I'm easily distracted, as it turns out. And also, a fun thing here, you can name your individual craft from the world map, so I'm going to name this guy right here. Fleet name or force name, so I'm going to name the force. I'm going to call him the Cheeky Sod, because that's, he's cheeky. And I'm going to call the fleet... Gremlin Air Force Gremlin Sodders. Yeah! Air Force of One! What a good idea. I'm going to save the game again because I don't want to do that again. We've got a whole... we got worlds to conquer. So you'll see when I do this, you'll get a little warning that we're being super naughty. We're being naughty, naughty, naughty. Wait for it. Hello? Aha! Your fleet is an important area of Lightning Hood's territory. Leave in 105 seconds or be prepared for war. So, it gives you fair warning of you doing that. Let's see here. Are you repaired yet? No, you're not. So, we are... The Cheeky Sod is going to be cheeky, and you have to be literally in the resource zone. Or, like, right properly in it. Yeah. There you go. So in about 110 seconds or so, we're going to be picking a fight with the Lightning Hoods, and they're not going to like us very much. And hopefully, the Gremlin is laser-proof enough to not get killed immediately. What the? It just reset. The timer just reset. Why did it do that? Alright, it's bugged. Oh dear. That is not supposed to happen. They're supposed to get mad at me. From the Depths is the game of all time. I think we could just go here and do things. So, relationships. Oi! You, where are you? Lightning Hoods. Insult! Oi! Your mother smells like a hamster. Your bacon smells of hamster. Your car smells of hamster. Your butt smells of hamster. Your hamster smells of butt. Your pancakes smell of hamster and butt. Your avocado smells like bad avocado. Alright, let's see here. Also, we can call the meeting early, so that's good. Okay, yeah, it's bugged. Okay, right, so we're calling the meeting early. Enjoy a period of peace. Join Deep Border Guard. Okay, so we want to pick a fight. You do want the options that give you the most commodities. Join... Oh, hell yeah, let's do this. Join Onyx Watch and Deep Border Guard in a war against the White Flayers and Lightning Hoods. That gives me the most commodities, but also it means I'm picking a fight with both guys right next to me, so that might not be so wise. Let's see. Join Onyx Watch, Deep Border Guard in war against... Ooh, that's less commodities. Yeah, that basically means is like, yeah, wow. Okay, so this one's the safest. We're gonna go with that. And we can just abandon talks and do all-out war. Confirm your allegiance to declaration of war for the next 2 hours. Alright, net commodity reward. Yep, and there we go. So here's combat. So now we are currently blockaded, which means we cannot move this force away from this thing that is much slower than us. Don't ask, it's weird. But combat works like this. We have our force selected, you'll see the crossed swords here. Click, and that will start the battle. But we could also cancel it, so... Also, I believe that the game's currently paused right now, which is awkward. You could also pull in more distant forces into the fight, both enemies and your own, by clicking on them. But be aware, with enemy forces, you can't undo that once you do it. So, here is the battle slider. It controls how many blocks are actually in play. We're going to set this up to full. And you can position your forces... And it's a good idea to actually do that. So the Fulgurite, I forget what it is. We might be in deep trouble here. I might have been a little bit too cheeky. So I'm going to set this up over here at about 304 meters away. The Elstorm Gremlin is probably not the best option for this, because the Fulgurite is kind of big. It's almost 190,000 material, so big fella. Also, I don't remember if it has lasers or not. If it does, that does affect whether we will win. Alright, so, the magic wand allows you to set your spawn order, and you can also do this over here. It is a little bit finicky, but you will get the hang of it the more you mess around with it. Again, more you play the campaign, the more you will figure out how to do all this nonsense. So, why is that over there? Why is that two... I just realized there's 2 options. Anyway, right, let's go here, and let us... sit on our friend here, and whoops. That's not what I want to do. Help, where am I? Help, where am I? Help! Aha! The game was in fact paused the whole time. So here's me, and fun thing about the avatar, you don't need to play with them at all. The weapons of the avatar actually use your battery charge, your Hearthstone thing right here. So I just play without Rambot usually, and you can get rid of Rambot by pressing the / on like the numpad. So we go here, bleh! Goodbye Rambot. But you can also spawn them in again by doing this. Oh no. We actually, alright, hold on, let's focus on this. 19 seconds till spawn. So, unlike the designer, there's a respawn time for Rambot. But that's okay. Trees! I love the render distance mod. Right, so let's begin and see how horribly we lose this. So I believe the Fulgurite... Okay, the Fulgurite is just missiles. Perfect. The Hailstorm Gremlin is well fortified against missiles. Well fortified indeed. Little missile interceptors going away there. Long story. And we've got an absolute river of bullets going in and doing actually quite a lot of damage. If we pop Essential Systems on this, it'll be jolly good. Alright then, so, opening war, good. So, doing stuff actually in combat, I highly recommend building your vehicles so you don't have to babysit them as much as possible, which is very much a reason not to ever use ships because they crash into land a lot. So yeah, this is what I mean about a good starter combat craft. This thing is just wiggling from side to side, staying pointing at the enemy, because front-siders are very combat efficient. And yeah, you also need to keep an eye on how many resources are being burned. The Hailstorm Gremlin's not doing too badly right now. So yeah, we're just gonna let the Hailstorm Gremlin kill this thing. And belt feeders are reloading, and our opening moves against the lightning hoods are going very, very well indeed. So, I've managed to find the AI of this thing, and so there's a fun thing you can do with Campaign Craft, is that you can control the weapons directly. So, if you're having a fight... Oh, never mind. Well then, I might as well keep talking about what I was doing. Right-click, controls weapons directly, select the weapon group with the number keys, and it means that you can do this. You can do this. You can do this. Yay! Alright, so, successful gremlining has just happened.
Moving out, moving out, moving out.
So, we have successfully gone and done and raided a thing. Alright, so this tile, we need to take care of this right here. And we don't have enough gremlins for that, so we're gonna need to go get some. And salvage that. Yoink! In fact, we're gonna be so cheeky, we're going to harvest resources right here in enemy territory. Never mind, we're going to run away now. Oh, they are mad. They are angry at me. Hee hee hee. So we need to talk about the follow-up combat craft. So, you got your starter, and I love the Ailstorm Gremlin, I do. But she's on the small side. You'll notice she took a while to take out that resource post. You do need... You can't just roll the campaign with just one vehicle, or you can, if you're good enough at building, nothing's stopping you. But that's a little boring, ain't it? So we're going to have a follow-up combat craft. So, your starter craft should be decently versatile, kind of jack of all trades, master of none. But more specialized vehicles can be very... essentially material efficient. They do one thing, and they do it well. It means you can move them to where they need to be, and they can do stuff. So, we are going to grant our starting fortress a crap ton of commodities, like so. And I'm actually getting achievements now for the first time forever, because this is like an actual standard, like, difficulty. Beautiful. Alright, so we're gonna hop over here, and we're going to make our second vehicle. So, this is the Dragon Force. It is a dedicated air superiority jet / airship / thrustercraft, and we're going to need this against the Lightning Hoods, because they like to have lots of small, fast stuff, which the Ailstorm Gremlin can probably handle, but it's not perfect at it. So we're going to have one of these fellas, and let's see if we can build it in time before these guys come and kill us. Oh, here they come! Quick, save the game! Conquer Neater Tutorial 2. Alright, so this turned kind of into a Let's Play. Sorry about that. Alright, so there's a number, like, since our Dragon Force is being built over there, we can talk about... Oh, hell yeah, let's do this. Are these planes? These are planes. Right, what's the worst that could happen? That thing is more expensive than either one of the Gremlins, and the Solaris is way more expensive than one of the Gremlins. So we're going to stick these guys over here. We're going to stick them close together because they have repair tentacles and they can actually repair each other. We could lose both Gremlins right now, and this is why I say it's handy to play the campaign yourself a lot. Because that way you will know what to expect. Experience. Oh, they're mad at us. Oh, this is so cool. Right. So, a note before we start this fight, you'll notice I'm being quite aggressive. From the Depths is an RTS, or at least the campaign is, and RTS principles apply. Aggressive play is usually better, because you don't want to wait for the enemy to, like, build up materials and build their biggest, nastiest stuff. Take out resource zones early, take out their cargo craft early, and get their resource zones early, and you will have an easier time of it. Like, you can beat some campaigns in like half an hour just by doing this. Let's begin and see if I can put my money where my mouth is. Okay, that thing has strong as lasers by the looks of it.
Engaging now.
Alright, so this gremlin's not doing well. That gremlin's been lost. However, we are successfully managing to put a dent in the dipole right here. Man, I hope this thing is not an issue. Okay, you need to switch targets to that. Hopefully a heat round goes somewhere that allows it to cripple things. So, fun fact about the lightning hoods, they're actually pretty good against small flyers. So that's a problem for us. Why are you reversing to space? Please stop doing that. Yep, that's bad. That is bad. We're losing. Oh, we're losing. Yep. Right, so, when you get your ass kicked in the campaign like this, note to self. Don't send small flyers against the lightning hoods. And perhaps try and be nice and wait till the council meeting before you start picking fights. So, if I end the battle right now, no forces will be destroyed, but I've basically lost already. So, I'm just going to let these guys burn their resources a little bit, because they burn a lot of materials. So are we, actually, but less so. So you notice I'm not particularly fussed by this. This is partially because I knew that I wasn't going to, like, beat the whole campaign in this run. But also, I've learned something. There are ways to counter each faction. Each faction has their own strengths and resources, strengths and weaknesses. And in the particular case of the Lightning Hoods, they really like lasers. So I have accidentally shown you how not to fight them. There's one. Yep. 2 damaged. This is what you get for being cocky. Right, so this guy is not doing well. I don't know why he rolled over. I think it was bad. No, not my gremlin. Not my poor gremlin. You wouldn't kill a gremlin as it was having a swim, would you? Oh, you would, you cruel, cruel person. In case anyone's wondering, the way you take on the Lightning Hoods, submarines, mostly. They don't like fighting submarines. Lasers don't do well against underwater targets. Or you out-laser them. Oh, come on, dude. Oh, there you go. There you go. Barbecue my gremlin. Get the fight over with. You know you want to. I guess this goes with the caveat is like, you want to be aggressive, you don't want to be too aggressive. Otherwise this happens. Otherwise, you end up picking fights with dudes that you probably don't have a chance in hell of winning against. No! No! My poor gremlin! My gremlin's been murdered. Don't you hate it when your gremlin gets murdered? It's bad. Right, battle over. Retreat! So now that we know that that's not going to happen, moving into capture location, so hopefully these guys are just going to capture this tile and give us time to build our air superiority jets, and if they don't, we're screwed. So let's just have a go there. Oi! Yep. No, it doesn't even have the turrets. Okay, well that does it for this campaign tutorial. I hope if you people get the idea that even if you lose, you learn something. In this particular case, I've learned don't be too aggressive with little gremlin-y fellas. Well, I've lost. But, not to worry, we can reload the game. Watch this. We're just gonna do this quickly. And they're still coming after us.
Moving out.
Run away! Run away!
Moving out.
Oh, they're coming. Oh, they're really coming for us. Okay.
Moving out.
Right, you take that tile.
Moving out.
Right, so I hope you enjoyed this campaign tutorial, I guess. Learn from my mistakes. Start on easy. There's no shame in it. And for the love of everything, don't try and fight the lightning hoods with small flies. They eat them alive. So, if you enjoyed this video, great. If you learned something, also great. And thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. Support me on Patreon or YouTube membership if you like. It really helps, and there's fun perks in it for you. Like, at the lowest tier, access to a Patreon exclusive Discord. At the highest tier, I'll even build stuff for you, or draw stuff. And check out my other channels, check out my Twitch, And happy campaigning. I hope you have more luck than I do, because I was I got cocky, didn't I? It happens to the best of us. Farewell. You did okay, little gremlin. It's okay. Don't be sad.